And hello and welcome, pool fans from all around the world. We are at the Gandia Palace Hotel in the south of Spain. Bienvenidos a España. This is day three. 192 men. 192 men. And we're down to the final eight, the quarterfinals. 3 matches away from being crowned champion of the 2025 Predator Spanish Open. This is 10 ball, alternate break every 2 games. Single elimination from here on in. And it's a race to 10. We have Patrick Fraser, a 40-year-old snooker player from Great Britain, versus the young 28-year-old from Hungary, Oliver SZOLNOKI. Quite the match. And this is George Teachea. With me in the combox. Combox is my friend and colleague from the Netherlands, Gethin Davies. Hey, Gethin.
Hey, George, thank you for that great introduction. Yeah, we're going to have an interesting lineup today, maybe a different comparison in styles between the two players. But yes, our last EuroTour of 2025, our last day in the box of this event with you as well, sir. So let's make this one a good one. I hope the players will do likewise. And, well, we've just seen Oliver SZOLNOKI last week come off the back of winning the Little Monster mixed doubles International Open here in Gandia Palace Hotel, Spain. He won that with the Chinese player Mu Yanzhang and was in great form. But it looks like Patrick's won the lag.
And speaking of different styles, here's a snooker player versus a pool player. Well, he's got the breakdown. What a nice break. Solid square hit, makes 2 balls on the break, and look at this opening. Wow.
Well, George, I think we've just had a sneak preview of what's got him to the quarterfinals. Some players have been struggling with the break format, having to break from outside the box. But in this instance, and as his opener, that is not bad at all.
Well, I'm telling you, Patrick just came off a win on the final 16 versus Dennis Grabe, and it was a hill battle. And anybody that wins hill versus Dennis Grabe is playing some great pool, except he hit that one just past the 10. The slightest bump or a less speed, and he would have been perfect on the 2.
Well, I think if you'd have had a word with a few in the chat room and in and around this event, they would have had Dennis down in their top 3 for winning this at the very least. So what a great scalp for Patrick there.
I actually watched a little bit of the Dennis Grabe. I just saw Dennis. It's just, I was very, very surprised. Very surprised. When I saw the score line. Because I watched the score line, not the match, excuse me. But
have you had the privilege of getting to see any of SZOLNOKI's games yet on the stream?
No, I haven't. I have not. But he's a solid player. You said you just came off that the doubles,
yeah,
where he was, and so.
And also before a few weeks before that, he played at a Dutch tournament, 9-ball, the Orange Forks Open, and made the final and had a tough matchup against Niels Fire. And a very, very entertaining match. And if that's the shape of how his 2025 is finishing off, I think Oliver SZOLNOKI will have a great new year and can look forward to a good 2026. But he's up against a tough Brit here.
Yes, he is. And I'll tell you, I think I called some of his matches or one of his matches in the World 10-Ball Championship. And he ended up in the quarterfinalist. He was a quarterfinalist there. Also, he was in Las Vegas and played in the U.S. Open 8-ball and 10-ball events, and he was a finalist, a runner-up in the U.S. Open 8-ball, and final 16 in the 10-ball. So Oliver's playing pretty darn good, especially with a quarterfinal finish in the Austrian Open for a EuroTour. So expect some fireworks.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, exactly, George, and that's a great example there. He just goes that extra step when it comes to safety play, and he can play some very, very delicate shots off 2 rails as well. Has the full repertoire in his arsenal. But when we're at the quarter-final stage in this race to 10, well, it's 10-ball, George, and look at that shot.
Kicked that in. Wow. Well, well, you know, these snooker players kick the ball very, very well. They play so many safeties in snooker that they know their way around the table and the diamonds. And speaking of snooker, look what he's going for.
Yeah, he's got good distance there, George, but I think, well, oh, yeah.
It's tight.
I think he's got the full ball cover. He's going to have to maybe jump over the edge.
Well, that's not something they do in snooker, but he is jumping. Well, cue ball.
It was threatening to go up in that top corner pocket, George, and the double kiss on the 4 has left it hanging over the 9. But yeah, you made a good point there, George. Patrick may be a bit alien to the jump shot. We'll find out maybe as the match progresses, coming from a snooker background.
That's right. Oh, look how easily he plays that combo. I thought that was a little bit of a difficult combo. But he's back at it again. Let's see if he recognizes some of the safeties available. Does he try to go between the 6-8 with the cue ball and get behind those? Or does he just back up and go side to side?
Well, the 6 and 8 are not bad. They're off the cushion. There is a position to aim to get behind them if he can slide off the left-hand side of the 4 as he's looking at it, the right-hand side as we're looking at it. But he'll be looking to get good distance if he's wanting to play safe on this. He may even go for it.
As far as advantages here, keep in mind that Oliver is an 8-14 Fargo. He played the carom. Did he play the 10 ball? Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Well, very clever play there from him. He will have to replace the 10 on the spot, but gets to remain at the table. And, well, he picked that one out very nicely, George.
Sure did. Yeah, those are the kind of shots you see played in 9 ball a lot, especially for the 9 ball, but in 10 ball, especially since there's no early 10 in this play. The only benefit to that shot was to remain at the table, and it was well done. Mission accomplished. Patrick is a 7.72 Fargo rated player.
That is not a bad number at all. And, well,
nope,
he's backing it up right now.
Yeah. Oliver's at 8.14, so this is a pretty even match. I would venture to guess that maybe Patrick doesn't have too many games in the Fargo rate database, so that number will change quite a bit.
Might get a bit of a bump from this tournament, George.
Exactly. After beating Dennis Graba, geez, you know that's going up.
Makes the 10 nicely, George, and takes this opening rack. It is a race to 10, but these players will have a slightly different format to maybe some of the other 10-ball events you've seen. In this Predator EuroTour Spanish Open, we have 2 sets of breaks per player, and then it alternates between the 2 of them, each getting a set of 2 breaks. So we will get to see Patrick back to the table again. And, well, if he can pick this one off as well, he will put all the pressure on Oliver's break, which we're yet to see. So good early signs from Fraser.
Mm-hmm. And I think I mentioned this, but in 2009, Fraser did play the only EuroTour he's played, and he was final 16 in the French Open.
Yeah, not bad at all either. This is the first I've got to see of Fraser Patrick. And well, didn't make a ball off the break, George, but that cue ball has trekked over to the 7, which will make cueing for this one rather difficult for Oliver.
Yeah, this is a tough shot to come to the table. Right out of his chair and into the heat.
Well, I've just been given a small insight into our UK player from a very reliable source. Fraser is certainly a pool player. We do obviously refer back to his snooker background, but he is an ex-snooker player who knows how to play pool. Very good pool. So we're in and we're on.
Am I going to guess that possibly that was a YouTube reference?
Actually, it was from a colleague, so we'll keep that one on the
good.
down. A colleague of ours there. I'm sure you can narrow it down from there.
Could be.
But Oliver with a good opener, needed to be. And this second rack is actually opening up for him quite nicely.
And since you have your sources, I just have a source too. And apparently Fraser got to the last 64 of the World 9-Ball and the last 16 of the Hanoi Open this year, thanks to a YouTube chatter.
Well, thank you very much. We love the information coming in. We can't keep up to date with it all, George. There are so many events and tournaments and a lot of players to go with it.
You know, I will say something about the YouTube chat is sometimes there's some good guys in there that can really give us some great heads-up info. I've used it many times.
Yeah.
And we thank you guys.
Yeah, it's really appreciated. I like going back over the chat.
We rarely mention it, but we see you.
We try not to get too involved. The game is enough as it is without adding extra dimensions.
Nice here. Now he's going to go up between the 8 and the 9 for the 8 in the side pocket. This is pretty straightforward. They're making this Predator Arc table play, making it look easy on this table with the Simonis cloth and the Aramith balls, the official balls and the official cloth of the EuroTour.
Yeah. And they are beautiful tables, not very forgiving, and really do keep the players on the sharpness of their game. And from a very difficult opening 1-ball, Oliver has tucked away from Patrick's dry break and brings the score back to 1-1, George. And well, now we'll get to see Oliver up to break. And just while we have your attention, on our other stream table, we have a quarterfinal women's EuroTour matchup between Xu Qingqiang of Chinese Taipei and Yasmin Ushan of Austria, with our colleagues Tim de Lauter and Joris van Olmersvoort bringing the commentating and dulcet tones to you. But please do stay here with George Teachea and myself, Gethin Davis. This could be an absolute corker of a match.
Yeah, I kind of like Jasmine in that match, even though Shui Qingqiang is coming up and playing quite a bit. So, but Jasmine is she's at the top of her game. Here goes the 9. And the 6 possibly.
Oh, did that 5 sneak over, George? Just to take away the edge of that 1-ball. If it has, that's changed the dynamics of this rack quite a lot.
Yeah, those last rolling balls have a tendency of sneaking off and cutting off a shot. He also ended up with his cue ball a little lower than usual, so he must have broke. Did he break the balls from the right side, Geth?
Now that we will need to go back.
I didn't notice. Yeah,
We may see in the replay afterwards. So ZOLNOKI is going to push the cue ball out to a position where Patrick cannot pot it. There is the 8 ball right next to it, but he could also give it back to Oliver. I'm not sure he will.
No, there's just too many balls to get behind down here in the right-hand quadrant on the bottom. Oh boy. If he can see the left side of it, I like coming off 2 rails and coming down here by this 3 ball. If not, just bank the 1 ball down there. No, because then he can play safe. Never mind.
Well, Oliver will have had something in the back of his mind when he put the cue ball over into that portion of the table. Ooh. Wasn't wanting the double kiss. I think he was just hoping for that cue ball to flick behind the 8 and maybe contact it, just to keep it there. However, this is a cut down the short rail for Fraser.
What a shot.
Yeah, he's a bit unfortunate with the cue ball, but he's certainly not afraid to turn down the trickier balls. Two rail, maybe he can get behind it and stick the cue ball.
That's another good shot. That's a very, very nice shot. His margin for error was so small.
If it wasn't for the middle pocket, I think that 2 ball was rolling up behind the big cluster down there, which would have put Oliver in even more trouble.
Exactly, Geth, exactly. Wow. I think your inside informer told you right. He's one heck of a pool player. Fraser, that is.
Yeah, indeed. And we've seen a lot of Oliver ZOLNOKI on the EuroTour. We know what he's capable of. It'll be interesting to see how he responds. He normally will just rely upon his ability to get out of difficult situations. But the alternate break may just keep the momentum shifting enough. Ooh. Wanted to come an extra 2 ball rolls, I'm afraid there. Hasn't. May have come up short enough to see the edge of the 4.
Well, he kicked a 2 ball in. Can he kick a 4 ball in?
Well, I think he
Rail
can
for a
get...
stick. Yeah. Oh, you could see it. He's left the same type of window.
Yeah.
And the good thing for Oliver is that that window gives him the left side of the 4 so he can go up by the 8. Or maybe not. As I look at this, it's tough to get to the far left side. We'll see what he does.
Well, we may need to have a look at that again, but it looked like he just fouled the cue ball, maybe just glanced off the 7 before it got to the 4. So that'll be ball in hand to Fraser Patrick, with not many balls left on the table, but the 5 is blocked to the obvious bottom right corner. So he's just having a look now where he needs to put that cue ball for his next shot. He's being very precise.
Yeah, he's got to get really good on this 5. He has.
Yep. And will not be a bad thing taking the first of Oliver ZOLNOKI's breaks. It keeps him in the lead, and it keeps the score, well, just in his favour for when it gets back to his break.
Well, the fact that he's a snooker player, is he going to screw this one back? Yes, he is.
Talking of screwing the ball back, as Fraser Patrick takes this 10, takes the lead again, 2-1. We had, well, you can remember his nickname, but we had the Screw Master.
Yeah, we did. Who was this
We had
yesterday?
Fu. We had Fu.
Fu. Exactly. Yeah, the draw shot prince.
The draw shot prince. What a fantastic moniker to have.
From Taiwan. That's right. We did him yesterday. That's
a great match. If you want to ever watch back on ProBilliardTV, all of these matches will be available. Please do like, share, and subscribe if you're enjoying the stream. Oliver's second of his 2 breaks. He trails by 1 rack to 2.
Well, and it's dry.
It is. And, well, the thinnest of cuts on the 1 ball down on the short rail. But some good options if he wants to try and bring the cue ball off an edge.
He's not going to like this unless he gets fortunate.
No.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he didn't go off the left edge and try to get behind the 3-7. And the 1 ball goes towards the 5-2 or the 4-2 up there.
Yeah, that was my first thought as well, George. But he felt that he could screw the cue ball behind the 4. And if he could have, well, that would have been a great shot. However, it gives Oliver a look at the 1. He's not got it into a safe position. The 10 may hamper Fraser's cueing here, but this will be a tempter. No, that was difficult.
Yeah, to me, those are some of the hardest shots in pool. The long straight in that you have to kind of just follow softly. Those aren't the easiest of shots. Your stroke has to be so pure, and which I thought for Patrick would fit his reputation.
Well, what he has left Oliver with is a 1 ball close to the 8. Doesn't look like it's, well, it may squeeze in there, but it'll be the thinnest of cuts, so maybe he can just glance and avoid the middle pocket with the cue ball. Which
that was
a
rather creative. That was a rather creative shot they get. I mean, that was He was flirting with the scratch to try to get what he just did.
Yeah, I agree. I already feared the scratch the moment it looked like he was addressing the right or the left-hand side of the one ball. But what it has done is it's left Fraser with a difficult two rail. Oh, he's hit it great. And I'm not sure if it'll pass the 10 up into that corner pocket. It looks like it won't. So maybe the option here for Oliver is to just try and push that one ball further behind it with the cue ball running up the center of the table. But if it leaks out too much, it may leave Fraser in.
Yeah. Nicely done. Good speed.
Yeah. Oh, he may. He'd have to put a lot of right-hand side on it if he was to come in between the 5 and the 3 off the long rail.
He's going to go the other way.
Oh, he's going to bring it, check it up. Round the 7.
Yeah.
It wasn't far away, George.
No, that was as much hold 'em up as he used there. He almost held it up.
Yeah. Needed a good shot just to even get contact with the one. Nearly punted it. Has he left it on for Ollie?
Oh, he's going to go with the safety. These guys are going to be maneuvering.
Yeah, I do like now where the 5-8 is positioned. You can get a cue ball in there somehow. And there could be trouble with the 2 and the 1 down at the top of the table.
Well, he did well there.
He may have got full cover behind that 4. I think he has.
It's awful tight. He's going right at it, so I guess not. Well, there's the opening.
Yeah, there is the opening, and well, the 5 looks like once the 3's gone, it will go in the bottom right corner. So position on the 2 is key as he's checking out there, but it could open up for him if he is successful of getting on the 2.
Yeah, he's drawn the ball back 8 feet to land it in a 2 square inch. Oh, he's hit this a little short. A little short. Yep, just a hair. Wow. He's 1 inch away from perfect.
He didn't really seem to put much effort in that at all either.
No.
Generating great spin on the ball. So, oh, maybe he can swerve it and still get the potting angle. Oh, wasn't far away, but it's hung in the jaws. And now, that could be advantage Oliver.
Gives him an opportunity to tie things up, trailing by a game.
Yeah, gets the shape he needs on the 3 to be able to draw back up for the 4. He's just had a look at where the 5 is next to the 8. I don't think that's going to cause him a problem taking it to the bottom right.
No, once he gets rid of the 3, I think the 5 ball goes in the same pocket. It's going to be tough to hold it for it, though. So you might do what you just mentioned, take it all the way up. And that's what he's looking at now.
Well, he's not afraid to move the cue ball. around the angles. Oh,
it worked.
I think it did.
Always, it's perfect.
Always a heart-stopping moment when you're running into balls, especially at that pace. There was a good chance that the cue ball and 5 would have been locked together.
Well,
I'm liking it, George. This match is, well, couldn't keep it any closer.
Yeah, well, we had the opportunity yesterday, Geth, to call that Fu match, and that was Fu and SZOLNOKI.
Yeah,
and
Mateus.
That was quite the match. It went hill, and it had a little bit of everything. And this one is as promising, very much as promising as yesterday's match.
I think it was our TV table 2 as well.
Yes.
Well,
it was on
yesterday.
It was on table 1.
Oh, was it now? Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah. I remember. It was race to 8. These are now slightly longer races in the quarterfinals. Well, he's done very well here. Oliver SZOLNOKI brings the score by the looks of it. Back to 2 apiece, George. And yeah, you mentioned our match yesterday went all the way. Well, this has already got the scent of it.
It sure does.
I have to say, we've now got to see 2 sets of both breaks from the players, a set apiece, and well, the scoreline says there's nothing in it, but could we say that Patrick's probably breaking better at the moment, or certainly getting the better results from his break?
Totally agree. In fact, when you were thinking about saying that, I was thinking I would give the nod to Patrick on the breaks, on the 2 that we saw from each player. So the break favoring Patrick. A couple of things I saw from Patrick that were impressive was the jump shot, and number 2, that little attempted masse shot, and just his recognition of some of the safeties and things of that nature. He's impressive. That 7.72 is going to go up. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of by this time next year, he's up in the 790s.
I'll be one of the first to post his score in to get it up.
Yep.
Well, from the break, no reward, except maybe that 6 ball is spoiling the party for good sight on the 1. So Oliver, I could push here, which I think he's just called. So I'm just wondering if that brings the middle. I think that was just to bring the center pocket out of play for the 1 rail escape. Perhaps where the cue ball was.
I didn't see the idea or the point of that push. Maybe just giving himself some distance to for the jump shot. I guess he thinks he can hold the cue ball behind a 3 on the jump shot.
God, that will take a shot.
It sure will. Yes, we was going with it.
Big
and
pocket.
He played it.
I didn't hear the call, but
well,
it made a big pocket down there with the 4, George.
Yeah, it sure did. I'm telling you, if he heard me say hold the cue ball behind the 3, he's probably saying, going, hold this, because I'm going for it. Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
What a shot. Hold my
Exactly.
beer. Wow.
Well, we know that he's capable of doing special things, and the way Fraser Patrick has come out of the blocks, it's going to take special things, and that's what we expect in these quarterfinals.
Sure.
Big money
Well,
on the line.
190. Yeah, the money is 50,000 euros in prizes. I believe it's 6,000 for first place, 46 for second, 3,000 euros for third, fourth, and fifth through eighth is 1750. And on down the line, they pay the top 48 minimum of 300 euros.
So they're well in the money. Both players will be wanting their silverware.
Yep. There'll be what?
Both players will be desperate for the silverware first. The money second, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look. Oliver has just not come far enough for the 4. He's going to jump over the edge of the 5. Very makeable, but needs to be particular because of where the 5 is for positioning. Oh, a little clap from the audience as well. The cue ball has come around to a position where he may want to take the combination on with the 10 here, but what a great jump shot and not a bad result.
Well, this will just respot the 10 ball if he pockets it. There's no early 10s in the EuroTour or under WPA play.
When he makes it. Second time we've seen the 10 ball go in from a combination, gets respotted, and he looks to have a bit of an angle here to be able to, oh, he may not need to, he may screw back. Looks like he's going to just screw back a touch. Not doing too much with the cue ball. Doesn't need to. Yeah, he's got options. I would fancy him going in the center pocket from here. Oh, but I wouldn't fancy him leaving the cue ball on the short rail, George.
I wouldn't blame him for going for this bank shot.
Well,
With
where the 9 is.
Well, with inside English, he comes inside the 10. This is a much better shot, though. Much higher percentage. And even if he doesn't get the cover behind the 10 ball, leaves a hard shot on the 8. Only crazy people like myself go for those 8 balls.
Oh, that's not a bad reply, though. Had to play off the short rail with a load of left-hand side. Got the kick and stick. Good distance, no cover. But from that position, that's a fantastic reply from the Brit.
Well, and that's a good call there, Geth, because he's played a kick and stick already. And this lays up very, very well for it, but he didn't play it. I guess he was just trying to get behind the 9. It's going to cost him.
He's called it down the long rail. can check the cue ball over. And really, that was from one of the first mistakes that we've seen in this match, and we're already at 2-2 from Oliver, and it was only half a roll short. He was able to jump over and continue the run and make the cannon on the 10, but wasn't able to complete the layout, and that will bring Fraser Patrick back in the lead. Keeps sneaking his neck out into the lead in this match.
Well, neither player has won 2 games in a row, and from the onset. And I just little factoid for you that you like, Geth. Oliver is ranked 11th in the EuroTour overall rankings. Of course, since Patrick hasn't played the EuroTours other than 2009, he's not on there.
Right. Well, just to give you a quick update from our other streamed table, these are the last streamed matches of this evening. Quarterfinal of the women's event, and that's being played between Chinese Taipei's Xu Qingchang, and she takes on the Austrian Yasmin Ushan, and Yasmin just is in the lead 3-2. Looks like they're having as much of an interesting game as we are. So exciting stuff for the end of day 3. Tomorrow we have semi-finals and finals, so if you want to set your alarm, 11 a.m. local time, we have the semi-finals of, we'll be actually playing 1 men's and 1 women's on the streaming channels, and then the same again at 2 p.m. and then we'll have the finals of the men and the women commencing at 5. So a nice sleep for the winner tonight before tomorrow. Who will that sleeper be?
And here's his second break.
Ooh,
it's raining balls.
Yeah, the 8 took a kick in as well, so that's 2.
Sure.
Well, this is not nice. The 2, 3, 5. If there's any way that he can get shape on the 2, though, it may allow him to maneuver onto the 3. There's not much angle for him to work with on this 1 ball, though, George.
I like him coming straight back to where he's at now, just a little closer to the rail. Oh, he went forward. That's even better. I thought he was too straight to do that. That's even better. Very well done.
Well, he's put a shot on that. I'm not too sure. Yeah, he's just having a look to see if he's going to contact the 3 and where it's going to go. But this is the key shot for this run out, you feel?
Yeah, he'll bump the 3 on the shot.
Yeah, nicely done. Kept cue ball in good position for where the 3 would land. And well, I don't think we've seen a break and run yet. This, without jinxing it, is the best opportunity we've seen so far.
Well, key word there was yet on the break and run, and I think we'll see them from both players. I do think, especially the speed he hit the break, Patrick hits the break with, and the action he's getting on the balls that we've seen so far from his breaks, it's just a matter of time. The recipe's there. It's just a matter of starting to mix it up.
Yeah, indeed. And, well, Fraser Patrick has got a very cool demeanor around the table. He doesn't seem to speed up as the pattern gets easier or more obvious. And I do like the way he just double checks his angles.
You know, I just noticed something. Yeah, I just noticed something about Patrick, and something I usually notice a lot sooner than the fifth, sixth game. He's left-handed. No wonder I like his style. I happen to be left-handed, and I honestly believe that I think left-handers just have a better propensity for this game than right-handers.
Well, I know a lot of my left-handed friends are all very artistic, and there is an art in this game of pool. And, well, Fraser Patrick with the easel right now takes the first 2-rack lead in this match, converts both of his breaks, and we'll start to ask a question of the Hungarian Oliver SZOLNOKI. But yeah, this is the first time we've seen a 2-rack sway. We're not at the halfway point yet, so plenty of room to maneuver in this match. But you feel Oliver will just want to start getting better looks after the breaks.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's just not happening for Oliver.
It isn't yet. And, well, break and run in the last rack would indicate that Fraser's got his eyes honed in for the 10-ball break. And, well, he's picked up a good look at this 1-ball from Oliver's first break.
He had a shot like that similar earlier. If you recall, I mentioned something about the harder shots when you slow roll a ball like that, and he failed on this one too. So,
yeah, he had a better ability to bridge on the cue ball this time as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Oliver's just had a look at the 2-ball. It does look tight to get into the center pocket there. And if he does go for it, he's going to be contacting the 7. So he needs to be a little bit careful. The cue ball should be tracking down towards the 3 here.
I wonder if he might consider banking it to the side and coming down for the 3.
Well, these Predator
Withdraw on
tables
yeah,
have very tight center pockets, George.
yeah, that's why. That's why I thought he'd bank that instead. But I don't think he was trying to make it. He might have played it just like that.
It's certainly come out very nice for him. And, well, you may be right there, George, because the 5, the 7, and the 10 were all going to help. So Fraser's going airborne. We'll be looking to pot this if he is. Oh, just caught the 5 on the way to the 2. And, well, a difficult jump, but a mistake.
Well, he made 2 mistakes there. He didn't clear the ball, and also moved the 10 ball with his cue stick. So a double foul.
Yeah, double whammy. Oliver's got to track the cue ball down for the 3. Little bounce off the cushion would be nice. And he'll be looking to get a point on the board here to start to reduce Fraser's 2-rack lead. Ooh, didn't want the 10 to come in the way of the cue ball there. Would have made this 4-ball a little bit trickier. You only needs to roll this in. I say that now, he'll absolutely clobber it.
No, he rolled it very nicely. Would have liked to come off the rail a little more, actually.
Yeah, he might have to do a little bit more for this 6. Well, he's done that nice, but he may have finished straight on it again. That could make position to this 7 trickier. It looks like the 9's blocking it into the bottom right. The 10 is blocking it into the bottom left. So centre pockets would be order of the day.
Oh.
Well, it wasn't that straight. Looked like he cheated it a bit to get that extra angle. Doesn't need to do too much off this 8 ball.
This will be interesting. Will he just stop it there and play the 10 to the side, or will he bring it back for the 10 in the corner? There you go. Answers that question.
Fraser will be disappointed there, George. He had an opportunity, just couldn't deliver on the jump shot. And Oliver SZOLNOKI has got the scoreline back to 4-3. And well, I'm not going to call it, but I've got a feeling it's going to start going with each player's break. If Ollie can get it working as well. I've not really seen much. Sorry, George.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I said I've not really seen much else difference. Both players seem to be comfortable in running out, even from difficult positions. Oliver's probably played the better safeties to put Fraser in trouble. But you just feel if SZOLNOKI gets his break working as well, these guys are going to start munching through the racks. So Oliver SZOLNOKI trails by 4 racks to 3, taking his second break of his set of 2. Race to 10.
Again, nothing really threatened the pocket.
No, kept good cue ball control, but that doesn't matter if you're not making balls off the break. And well, Fraser's got a very, very nice look at the 1 here. And no immediate signs of trouble out there. Perhaps position from 2 to the 3.
Oh, he's perfect. He'll come across to close to where he is now. And the 3 and 4 are close. No, the 4's up on top.
We can see a deep screw shot here.
Do we have another draw shot, Prince?
Absolutely. He really is effortless in generating the spin on the cue ball. And as I was saying, both players just seem to be very comfortable in open play now, running out. So it will come down to break and who gets first looks in. just off straight on this green 6. Elected not to do anything with the cue ball there and take a thinner cut on this 7.
I actually would have liked to seen him draw that past the side pocket for the 7 in the opposite corner. Because this sends the cue ball a little close to the corner pocket, a little close for comfort. Should be about, what, half a diamond away when he hits it? Yeah.
Oh, wasn't far. Will he make it round the back of the 8? He's got a knock. Is it favourable? It's not as bad as it could have been, and just a delicate check shot to... Well, I thought he was just going to trace up past the 9. Elected to go in to that shot with a bit more pace, and the cue ball has not behaved. It's run up onto the 50-yard line.
I like a shot here. I like going 2 rails and try to get behind the 10. Coming off the 9 ball and try to get behind the 10. He just went for it, which was a better shot, but it looked to me like he didn't want to go for the bank shot.
Well, he turned down a bank shot earlier, and maybe we were just assuming he wasn't a fan of the banks. But clearly the banks are open for Fraser today, and it is weekend, so that is unusual.
Well, you're in Europe. You're in Europe. Do the banks open on Saturdays?
I don't even know if there are that many banks left out there. It's all online now, George.
That's true.
It looks like
ATMs. Yeah.
It looks like the players are just taking a quick break, George. I'm just going to go and grab a quick refreshment, and I will be back with you in a moment.
Go for it.
We'll take a quick break.
We'll be right back. You can enjoy watching Jasmine Ocean versus Shui Qin Shang in their quarterfinal, racing to 8. The current score looks like it's 5-3, Jasmine. All right, I came back for you guys. Give you some live scores and update from the women's quarterfinals. So far, you have Shui Jing Shang trailing Jasmine Ocean 5-3. Then you have Sandra Baumgartner from Austria trailing 4-3 to Sei Bichon from Chinese Taipei. Pia Filler trails Kristina Zlateva 2-5, and Han Yu trails Shasha Lu 2-5.
Shasha Lu, one to watch.
Oh, a 3-time world champion, yeah.
Absolutely. And also in our men's event, the all-German affair between Tobias Bongers and Felix looks to be locked at 3-3. So some real key, crucial matches going on in this quarterfinals.
Yeah. I see a surprising one here where Luca Mann from Germany is leading Wojciech Szewczak 7-3. I would have to favor Szewczak there. And then Hubert Lopotko from Poland leads 7-1 over Sanjin Pelevanovic. And now back to Mr. Fraser and Mr. SZOLNOKI.
Yeah, both players have completed 2 rounds of their breaks, so 4 breaks apiece. They have a set of 2 breaks each. This is the beginning of Fraser Patrick's 2 breaks. He leads by 5 racks to 3, George, but it's been very, very close throughout to this point. Can he steal a march in this 9th rack?
Well, let's take a look at this break. With this break, he should be able to. Well, he made the 8-ball on the side, but the 4-ball was going.
Yeah, the 9 nearly went in the center pocket as well. Caught the knuckle and came out. I think he's got shape on this 1, which will be not a bad result. However, that 2 is tucked in nicely behind a few balls.
Yeah. He's going to be looking to land it in the window between the 6-9 for the 2-ball. Oh, not quite. It's close. He may have it, he may not. We'll soon know. Let's see what his body English says. Says he has it. Oh no, just the safety. He'd be anybody'd be happy with that.
That's a very useful safety. Yeah. Using the mirror system to get the line he wants on this 2. Full ball contact. He may pot this, George.
Oh, second prize. Didn't pot it, but so. Came out pretty good. It's got coverage.
Yeah, Fraser's having a second look. Maybe there is an edge he can squeeze. If not, it's a 1-rail escape if he's going this direction. Whoa, was ever so close to the double kick there, George. Narrowly avoided it. Very well judged, but the 2-ball did not go far enough, and neither did the cue ball. So, the 2 doesn't pass the 3 from this angle. Will he be looking to put the cue ball behind there?
Uh-oh. Speaking of double kicks.
Yeah, we haven't seen many mistakes from either player. That was a misjudged attempt at a safety, and the double kiss Well, that's left both the 2 and the 1 at the top half of the table. The 2 still doesn't have a clear pocket. Did he just call the bank?
You know, it's a good two-way shot, because even if he fails to make it, if he goes through the window of the 6-9, he could have a two-way safety and have shot on the 3. And that's what he has.
Call. Good call, George. And he's done that to great effect, possibly with the 9 ball, taking away the 1 rail escape. So Oliver might need to go 2 rails here. Kick and stick would be his preference.
Is it going to get a rail?
No. And acknowledgement from Oliver there that was a foul. We got the kick and stick, but that 2 ball went full into the face of the 10 and just took all the energy out. And, well, reaping rewards from his safety. And this would be quite a good point in the match, George, for him to get a 3-rack lead.
Well, you know what they say, good safeties pay dividends.
Yeah, it was. And it was a good safety. Oliver did get out of it, but couldn't contact a rail afterwards. And that gives Fraser a very good look at this 9th rack. And yeah, George, how crucial would this be to take a 3-rack lead in a race to 10?
Well, it's a 3-rack lead at the halfway point, so he'll need 4, his opponent will need 7. We still have a match.
Yeah, we pointed out earlier that Fraser was probably having the better from the breaks. If it continues like that, it's really going to give Oliver an uphill struggle in this match. So this long 9 to finish natural on the 10. And I would not have said, George, that I would have expected either player to take a 3-rack lead, and maybe I will be proven right as he misses the 9. Well, he'll be sick as a pig with that. He'll still be in the lead, but Oliver SZOLNOKI, in an unlikely twist, finds himself only trailing 1 rack now instead of 3. Fraser Patrick from the UK leads 5 racks to 4. Let's have a quick look at the updated scores. Well, Felix Vogel has just taken a 1-rack lead against his fellow countryman Tobias Bongers. Luca Men still 7-3 up against Wojciech Szewczak. And Hubert Lepotko is 7-2 up on Sanjin Pelivanovic. So, well, we're going to have some interesting scorelines coming through over the next few racks, I feel.
Yeah, and for those of you watching, keep in mind that this will be the last match of the day here, but tomorrow we'll have the semifinals kicking off at 11 a.m. And then the second semifinal will be at 2 p.m. with the final coming up at 5 p.m. So put that down in your schedule, and as Gath said earlier, set your alarms.
Well, I will have to tell our fans out there, this will be George's last match at this event with us. So We were hoping it was going to be a good one, and it certainly is shaping out that way. Where will we see you next, George? Will it be in Jacksonville?
Yeah, Florida is the place.
And
I believe they're working into that schedule, so yes.
Brilliant. That will be the Jacks Men's Open and the Jacks Mixed Doubles Open in Jacksonville, Florida. And I also believe there's a Kamui Women's 9-Ball World Championship going on over there as well. So it's going to be fun in Florida.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. That one's big.
Just checking. The dates for that, ladies and gentlemen, is the 16th of December till the 21st of December. And as ever, we'll be bringing you live matches daily throughout the event. So if you do subscribe to ProBilliardTV, you should get all of the notifications when the matches are coming up. Sorry, George.
No, that was perfect. That's exactly what I was going to come with. Make sure you like and subscribe to this match, and that way you'll get notified of everything coming up in Florida, as Geth just said, because there is some good action, and we've got some great action already lined up for next year too. So I would definitely subscribe to the Pro Billiard TV channel, there's a lot of great pool. We stream 2 tables for free. So definitely keep us in mind and look forward to seeing you right here on the live streams. Gethin Davies and myself, George Tejea.
Well,
Geth is in Europe in Amsterdam, and I'm down here in Tucson, Arizona. So,
and well, it's rather cold and it's very wet out there, George. I'm sure you can tell me something a lot more cheerful than that.
It's kind of cool here, but it's beautiful sunshine, and we have some great weather this time of year in Tucson, Arizona. Absolutely Chamber of Commerce weather.
Well, I actually thought Oliver may have leaked a window for Fraser in the last shot, but Fraser was actually snookered, so had to play a 1-rail escape. This is what we're left with. Oliver went full-blooded for the pot down the long rail. Brought the cue ball back to a very handy position. And again, is there a window? There wasn't last time. Looks a bit more open for him here. So if he can see the edge of this one. Oh.
Yeah, there's a window here between the 9-7. He's going right into it. He's going right into the 1 ball. 2 rails that he was trying to get to the center of the table, I believe. Went a little too far.
But not far enough to scratch. Couldn't have gone much further,
yes.
That is a roll.
I think. I was going to ask you about Jacksonville, Geth. Have you seen a players list for that yet? I was just thinking about that. I wonder if we'll see Patrick here. I'm sure we'll see Oliver here in Florida, but I'm not sure about Patrick. Will he make the trip to the U.S.? Good question.
That is a good question. Did you see the escape from Oliver there, though? What a great escape. He was in real trouble and has really not sold out at all. We just saw Oliver go attacking and miss. Will Fraser Patrick from the UK go attacking? He's called the bank shot, sir. He's made one already. Well, that wasn't meant to be, but yeah, George, cover with the 9, and Oliver not getting a good look in yet at all.
This is kind of a basic jump. The real good jumpers probably make this quite often. Let's see how Oliver does. He cleared it, but didn't quite make the ball. He's going to kick this way. I saw him point to the side pocket, and I was wondering why he pointed to the side pocket. If he can't see this, Oliver will put him back in the box since he pocketed an illegal ball. And he does. He's going for the carom on the 8, or trying to get behind it, one or the other. And behind it he got.
Yeah, that was a good improvisation. He didn't really have much at all to work with. Used a bit of masse and also took the spin into account and flicked the cue ball at behind the 8. That's a very nice shot, George.
Yeah, but as Minnesota Fat said to Fast Eddie, you left just enough, Eddie.
Just enough. Oh. Well, we've seen a couple of mistakes from Oliver now in this rack. Not really selling out to his opponent, but nevertheless, he's just taken another sip of his drink. Maybe some electrolytes. We are in the tail end of the day here at the Gandia Palace Hotel on the Mediterranean coast in Spain. It's been a long day. Play started at 9 o'clock this morning, so just over 12 hours ago. Well, and again, not bringing balls into cover.
Yeah, look for the cue ball to the bottom right-hand side of the table, where there's 5 balls to get behind. Hopefully he gets right behind the 4, which is right next to where his ear is right now.
Yeah, good call, George. I think it's the 5, but yeah, that's the ball he was looking for. And oh, look where he's put that too.
It is the 5. I do confuse those 2 balls.
Yeah, sometimes difficult to pick up as well. So he's going in dead weight. Needs a cushion. I don't think there was. I think Oliver's just spotted that as well. Well, I think
he's going to be tight behind the 10 here. Yeah.
George, you took the words right out of my mouth.
I tell you, we keep doing that to each other.
3 foul rule in effect. In fact, over the last few weeks of play, we've seen 2 big important matches, certainly one final, be decided on the 3 foul rule.
Oh, this is too easy to hit.
Yeah, I think Oliver was running out of time a bit there, so was forced into the easier 2 shots rather than the bang into it and screw the cue ball behind the 10.
Oh, side pocket.
Well, he played a great shot there, clipping the edge, and would have put Oliver back in trouble. However, now that's 2 fouls. And well, Oliver's got a fresh shot clock.
And he wants to find a nice, tidy place for this cue ball where he can hit the 2 to win the game and tie things up. Again, though, he's got a straightforward one-rail kick, or as you like to call them, escapes. It's going to have some speed because that ball might be on the rail.
We do have some different terminology across the pond, George. Gone in with power.
I don't think
It looked legal.
Did it?
Oh.
Yes, it
Yeah, I
was.
think, yeah.
Oliver was tapping his cue kind of on the table saying, you know, good shot.
Well, he had made one just before to make a great escape. He just, sadly, the Brit scratched. So the next time he did it with more power. And well, legal shot. Oliver SZOLNOKI is in play with a good look at this 4. May need to play the 5-10 combination.
Something tells me we're going to be tied up after this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a turn of events. Fraser Patrick had the best of opportunities to take a 3-rack lead and to get to 6. He missed what you would call a relatively simple 9-ball down the long rail. And well, as quick as that, we could be facing 5 each.
Well, keep in mind, the loser of this match will settle for 1,750 euros. The winner moves on to try to get the prize.
Yeah. And I do like the way we have tomorrow laid out, George. At 11 a.m. we will have one of the men's semi-finals and one of the women's semi-finals at this Predator EuroTour Spanish Open. And at 2 o'clock we have the same again, one of the men's and one of the women's, so you can take your choices. And then at 5 p.m. we'll be playing both finals consecutively on both TV tables. So you're going to get all of the action, the closing action on day 4 tomorrow. SZOLNOKI could just drop this in, but probably will go up and out of the short rail to great effect.
Well, you know, Geth, with the quality of play here that we're seeing in this tournament for both the men and the women, I might put those up on 2 screens and watch them both at the same time.
You read my mind. Well, I do believe I will be commentating one of the finals tomorrow. Gladly, looking forward to that. On our other table, Tim de Ruyter and Joris van Amersfoort are commentating on quite an interesting match that it's turning out to be over there on our other TV table. Yasmin Ushan just got a neck out in the lead, 6-5 against the Chinese Thai player, Xu Qingchang. So close on both tables here, George.
Yep. So that means Sharon came back because she was down 5-3.
Yeah. And I also think the break format really does help shift momentum around, as we just got to see the first of Oliver's 3rd set of 2 breaks. You see him blowing his nose in the corner there. I wonder if he's got a bit of what's been going around. I've heard a few players with the snivels.
You can hear the fans applauding for the other table.
Yeah, it's great.
Good things happening. I guess he can see just enough to cut it in or play a nice safety. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of noise in this arena all but less of a week ago when the home crowd turned up to see their home favourite, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, take the men's Little Monster International Open final. There was a lot of cheering and olaying, but it seems like they're coming back now for the quarterfinals.
And that was pretty loud, and I'm telling you, that was a great match to watch. I watched it.
Yeah, it was a great match, George. And it wasn't a foregone conclusion, even with the home support on his side. He had to deliver and he had to grind. He also had to grind to get to the final. Both finals.
Go ahead.
Coming through Hill thrillers.
Well, actually, I actually believe that the crowd inspired FSR to come through there, because early in the match it looked like he was going to go down, and
yeah, absolutely,
he really picked it up. We've seen some great pool these past 2 weeks, and we have more to come.
No,
I'm sure
absolutely.
you get back here tomorrow.
Well, there will not be the opportunity for a Spaniard to make the final at this EuroTour Predator Spanish Open, but I'm sure the crowd will still be supporting the players no matter what.
Yeah, well, we've got 3 Germans that are vying to get to the semifinals, so.
Yeah, I think he wanted to, just bringing it back to the play there, Fraser needed the cue ball to brush past the 4. It didn't, and it left him no shot on the 3. So he's replied with a very nice safety. And where that 9 is makes it a little tricky to get to the... Well, I was saying maybe a little tricky to get to the red 3, but it appears not so.
He's going to have to spin this ball quite a bit. He held it up.
Yeah, he did. Made good contact. It's not really sold out into an easy position for Fraser, but well, he has taken on some very aggressive cuts and made them in this match so far. Still a lot of traffic in the middle of the table, so great options for him to go safe again.
Whoa, very close. It's going to set up. Ooh.
Yeah, that's dressed up rather nicely over the center pocket. Did seem to straighten up on him there for the bank, but felt it was on and did leave shape on the 4 in case it had dropped. Oh. Oh.
Do that again.
Oh, he was going for the thin edge, and I think trying to bring the cue ball onto the long rail. But that was...
Yes, he was. That was tough. But opportunity for Patrick. Not happy about something on his tip. Just wasn't happy about that contact.
No. But clearly not a problem. That was a great pot to swing around the 5.
Back in line.
This will be to stop the comeback from Oliver, and also to put that 9-ball miss out of his mind. This would be very nice for him here. This is our 11th rack in this race to 10, locked at 5 apiece.
Needs an angle to go to the 9 off the 8. He's got it.
He has. And, well, the 9 isn't as close to the long rail as it was the last time for him. But if he can finish straight, or as good as, he'll be in good position here to regain the lead. And, well, Oliver ZZOLNOKI reduced the two rack difference, got it back to 5 each. And, well, the Brit Fraser Patrick keeps his neck in the lead. 6 racks to 5, George. You said it. This is, well, this is as close as it can get. And neither player looks to be giving an inch.
Well, in the other quarterfinals, Sajin Pelevanovic has been put out by Hubert Lopotkov from Poland.
I would say that's a very good result after the way I saw Sanjin play earlier today.
Well, Sajin's one heck of a player. And to go down 10 games to 2, Lopotko must have played extremely well.
Yeah, and with that sort of performance, probably fancies himself for going all the way. That would be a great result. So, another Polish player delivering at this tournament. Well, his compatriot Wojciech Szewczak win against Luka Men. Well, at the moment, he's 5-7 down. Called a combination on the 6. Needs the 2 to stay away from the rail. It has done. He will be nudging into the 7-9 cluster here. But where the 3 is, as long as the cue ball can track out towards the center of the table, he could and should have something for the 3. But not there, I'm afraid, George.
You know, that was a tricky shot. He expected it to roll off of there, but he went into the rail with high left English, so it's going to stick once it touches the other ball, the 7. And it was hard to get that ball off the rail at that pace. Ooh. This is a smart shot here.
Well, it is.
He has left nothing. He has left nothing.
I was wondering if it would slide past. Would it slide past the 9, or is the 9 too close to the cushion? Because where the 5 is, it makes that corner pocket. No, I don't think there is a gap. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting shot from Oliver here. Did he call the crossbang?
I favor that. I would like to see him shoot it. But look at this safety. If you can shoot that, you wouldn't even dream of shooting the bank shot. What a nice shot.
Yeah, I mentioned it at the beginning of the match. Oliver just does seem to put that extra effort in on his safety play, and it's the difference with a lot of his competitors between being able to jump out or being really in a tricky position. As you see there, with the cue ball so close to the 9, there's really not much he can do, but he's played a good shot to get out of it. there's never guaranteed position, but the 3 ball seems to have gone quite safe against the long rail there.
I think he wants to 3-rail that 3 ball out of there, but it's tough because the 5 ball's there, and if he sticks the cue ball in the 6-7 and pockets the 5 by accident, he'll be in trouble. He may just try to go off the low side of the 3. No, I think he's going for it. Yes, that's a little more pace. That's actually a rather good shot, but still a little more pace would have been much, much nicer.
Yeah, there may be just the chance of a 1 rail escape if he can't see it. I mean, looks like he's going for his jump cue, George.
Yeah, that 5 ball just plays tough.
He's called the 5.
He called the 5? Okay.
He did, George.
Yeah, so he's trying. He's going to try to stick the ball and have it come down towards the 5 with the cue ball. Kind of like that. That works.
He's going that way.
He didn't give it away.
No, certainly not. This is a tricky shot up the long rail. These are the sort of shots these world-class players will take on and convert. However, it looks like he's calling the cross bank. Maybe favours that for better position. Made it in the wrong pocket, George.
Either way, he is lucky that ball went in 2 rails, because think of what he would have left had it not gone in. Now he's left the tester. A little bit of a tester on this 4 ball.
He clearly wasn't happy with the cue ball he was going to get playing it up the long rail. I just felt that was always the shot that was on.
Again, that's the 3rd shot of that nature that he's missed.
Yeah, the long ones.
Yeah.
Well, Oliver's got 4 up the long rail. Doesn't need to do too much with the cue ball for the 5, so can really focus on the pot. Oh, no. That clearly wasn't struck well. It contacted the long rail halfway up. It's hung out. And yeah, there's been a couple of mistakes from Oliver in this match, probably more than we've seen from him in earlier matches that we've seen, which has allowed Fraser Patrick to get the opportunities. But let's not take anything away from Fraser here. He's converted some lovely clearances. Break and run.
Yeah, he's been a little bit fortunate on some of the shots, but by the same token, as you just said, give him credit. He's stuck with the shots. He's made some balls, and he's grinded his way to keep that lead. And now he's going to open it up.
And don't forget the 9 he missed. Some players would really have got their head down from that. He seems to have bounced back, because following that missed 9, Oliver brought the score back to level after he was in a 2-rack lead. So he's stuck in there, and as you used the most appropriate word there, George, he's grinding, and he's grinding to stay in the lead, and that he has done very successfully. He now takes a 2-rack lead again for the 2nd time in this match, leads by 7 racks to 5, race to 10, and this will be Fraser now getting his set of 2 breaks off to account. And if he converts both of these, George, he'll be on the hill.
He sure will. And a nice game lead, too. Four games. He'll have... he'll only have to win 1 game out of 5. Or 1 game out of 4, because he... Yeah, 1 game out of 5.
Just seeing if there are any updates in the score in the other men's quarterfinals. Luka Men of Germany has got to the hill against Wojciech Szewczak, who's still on 5 racks. Felix Vogel against Tobias Bongers is still close. Felix now trails 4 racks to 5. And of course, we already know the result in the other quarterfinal. Hubert Lepotko has taken the win against Sanjin Pelivanovic, 10 racks to 5. So the first of Fraser Patrick's set of 2 breaks. We'll be looking for a result from this first one.
Let's see if I can give you an update on the women. Well, we got a ball down here. A safety coming up off the 1. And the ladies, you got 3 ladies on the hill. You got Jasmine Ocean over Shui Xingshang. You have Sai Beishun over Sandra Baumgartner. And you have Shasha Lu over Han Yu, 7-5. And Kristina Zlateva is 6-4 over Pia Filler.
All strong names in the quarterfinal. It's going to be an absolutely strong semi as well, just by proxy. Some good, interesting storylines there.
And you know what's very interesting about that, the women's, is you have Shasha Lu, very, very strong player. She's back in action. I think she kind of stayed out for a while, but she's back playing. And I mean, do you get a better match than Han Yu and Shasha Lu?
No, it's a strong game.
In fact, she just defeated Han Yu.
Wow, that's a great result. Good win. Patrick played safe off the 1 ball. Oliver has replied with an absolute corker. One rail escape. Oh, was quite a distance from it. He's just having a review of his angles, but no, was not close. So our Hungarian Oliver ZOLNOKI getting ball in hand. Good time to start putting the performance in to reduce Fraser's 2-rack lead. It's not a bad spread out there, but the 2-3 could be a bit tricky. Maybe not now.
You used a great word there, Geth, and time. Timing is everything, and that was bad timing for that scratch for Patrick, but great timing for Oliver. He needed that. Yeah. He needed that badly.
And I do like, after this 3, I would have to say, I fancy Oliver for this rack. Depend how tricky that 8 ball is, if it can go into the center without needing too much action.
Yeah, he wants to make sure he doesn't move it. It'll go to the side, it looks like. There's space there. He just looked at it again. And if it won't, he could take it off of there with the 5 now. Yeah, he'll play it to the side.
Well, yeah, we said a mistake by Fraser, but that was a difficult 1 rail escape to get out of. So the only reason we would consider it as a mistake is because both these players have been playing so well getting out of safeties as well as putting them in them. So yeah, you could say that was a mistake.
Well, I have to totally agree with you, because anytime you scratch, it's a mistake. It's a mistake.
Correct.
You can't sugarcoat that.
But giving him the benefit of the doubt, it was a difficult escape. Scratch was unfortunate. But again, like I was saying, these players have been getting out of such good safeties. When they don't, you really should call it a mistake.
Well, at their level,
Yeah.
I have to agree. It's got to come down.
Yeah, it needs to. This is to get it back to 1, George.
Oliver takes a deep breath and buries the 10 ball, and he's only down by 1.
Yeah. He's not going to let Fraser get that 3-rack lead he was hoping for. And, well, this is the second of his set of 2 breaks. Would ideally like to keep Oliver off the table here and put himself 2 away from the win.
Well, Geth, we called it at the beginning of the match. This was going to be close. And we compared it to the match between Fu and Snegoki, and it's been everything we could imagine.
Absolutely, George. I just realised we have a result from our other TV table. So for all of the viewers jumping over to join us now, welcome to this close-fought contest between Fraser Patrick of the UK and the Hungarian Oliver SZOLNOKI. Fraser Patrick was just 2 racks in front for the second time in this match. Oliver broke against Fraser's break. And now Fraser looks at a dry break for his second break of his 2. And that will bring Oliver to the table with a very nice look at the 1 ball.
It's funny how things just seem to lay out to keep the game real close sometimes. Oh, he's missed it.
Yeah, had to play it delicate to hold for the 2 because the cue ball was always wanting to run up the table, but wasn't accurate enough on the 1. And well, that's a big turnaround at this point of the match. Really, both these players, if they didn't see the finish line, were putting each other in some very serious trouble. And not many mistakes from either player, but one from Oliver there has given Fraser Patrick a very good look at this 14th rack.
8 ball.
Ooh.
8 ball.
Oh, George.
You know, Geth, sometimes I look at shots like that and you see the ball coming towards the object ball and you swear that ball has gravity and draws the ball closer. You think it's going to stop, and all of a sudden you're behind the 8 ball, just like the old saying.
Yeah, on a few occasions today, Fraser has put himself in trouble through his position play. As he gets out of his pickle, he may have even just run past enough for the 10 to hamper the 3. And Oliver SZOLNOKI jumps out of his chair, looking to take the bottom butt off of his jump stick. It looked like he was.
I'm surprised he didn't. It gives him better control.
Well, it looked like he was going to. He didn't, but he's
Yeah.
got a result there. There is no window. He could go airborne, but Fraser's been preferring to go the one rail escapes today to great effect. Oh, and that's not fallen too bad at all. Well, yeah, he's looking at the one rail.
I was wondering if he was going to jump it or go rail first. He's got a hit right by the side pocket, just past the knuckle, as you call it. He didn't have enough. He's left a little bit of a straightforward safety here. The cue ball's going to be up against the 5.
It's gone a little bit quieter in the arena now. Our other TV table has finished. Just adding a bit more tension to the players.
And that would lead me to believe that Jasmine Ocean closed out that match, although it got pretty tight there. So maybe not. Let's check.
Now, made the jump shot, but did not get the result he was looking for, George. And if that 5 passes the 8, that could make life a little bit easier for Fraser in running out this rack.
Well, he's got a shot now. It looks like a stop shot gets him what he needs. He'll do better than that. He'll be able to follow it and then come towards the 5. Perfect. And Jasmine Ocean has defeated Shui Qingshang and will face the winner of the Zlateva filler match, which Christina leads 7 games to 4 over Pia Filler.
Back on this table for our quarterfinal. Fraser Patrick is looking to win this rack, the second of his set of 2 breaks, and will give him a 2 rack cushion, in that case over Oliver, as he hands over to Oliver to break. Played it carefully. He has missed a 9 ball in a similar position. Didn't want to remind him.
It's okay, Gab. He can't hear you. It's just a stop shot.
Yeah. And, well, again, he's going to take a 2 rack lead here as we get into the closing stages of this race to 10. He's 2 away from the finish line, but he will be handing over the break to Oliver SZOLNOKI. It looks like he's just taken a break there, George.
Yeah, it sure does. They're both going to go to a break, but I'll tell you, this match has just been nip and tuck the whole way. They started out, they traded off games. In the 5th game, Patrick won 2 games, but then after losing one, he wins another, and then Oliver came back with 2 games of his own, and then Patrick with 2 of his own, and then back and forth, nip and tuck again. So this has been as tight as it can be.
Yeah, and it really sparked off from that missed 9 that I was mentioning.
Sure.
Where Fraser Patrick was in a great position to take a 3-rack lead, and yeah, missed what you would consider as a relatively simple 9-ball, and that gave Oliver a sniff, and that's all he needed. He took the next 2, and that's how it's gone 2-2 in racks, and now we find ourselves at 8-6 in Fraser's advantage. Oliver will not want to give up a rack off of his break now, because if he did, it would put his opponent on the hill. So 8-6, Oliver trails. Race to 10 in this quarterfinal.
Cue ball, ooh, close.
Yeah, nearly straightened up into the center pocket, huh?
Sure did. But he's left it on for Fraser.
Yeah, this has been a bit of a pattern as well, George. Oliver's been breaking strong, just not getting rewarded from the break, really. Nothing that sticks out in my mind. And well, another good look at the 1 for Patrick here.
Again?
Yeah.
Third or 4th time for him doing that. 3 at least, possibly 4.
Yeah, needed it to come past the 8. Would have left it very nicely into the bottom right corner. Now it's a bit trickier. Is he going 2 rails? Yeah.
Well, the 9 ball's going to come into play, I think. It sure does.
Yeah, that's not a bad result from the self-inflicted position he found himself in. Oh, wasn't far away from getting that cue ball behind the 7, George. That would have made this shot a lot trickier. As it is, he's got full cover by the looks of it.
He sure does. That was a very nice shot. Had he got the cue ball behind the 7, as you just mentioned, that would just add insult to injury.
Indeed. Is he going to try and go through the window of the 6, the 3, with left-hand side? He did. And the 2 ball didn't move much, and the cue ball not much further, and that will give Oliver a good opportunity as he returns to the table here.
You know, it almost seems like Fraser's keeping Oliver in the game, giving him the opportunities that he needs to stay in the game. He doesn't want to run away with it. And when you do things like that, many times it comes back to haunt you.
Yeah, there are certain occasions where you want to get your money's worth, but staying at the table longer than you need to would not be the best policy.
Yeah, you don't want to let your opponent hang around to get in stroke.
And the balls are looking quite nicely in the open here. These are the positions you fancy Oliver to convert. Just a delicate shot there to avoid going off the short rail and bringing the 10 in the way. But he has finished potentially a bit high on this 6 on the wrong side. May just be able to screw back. Oh yeah. Did look like he'd just come off the wrong angle there, but clearly was able to play it straight. Well, this is becoming a familiar thing, George. Fraser grinding a 2-rack lead, and then Oliver getting the best of opportunities to bring it back again. We're running out of racks though, George.
Yes, there's time's running out here. And there was that one instance where I think Fraser could have gotten to 8 games to 5, and he let Patrick off the hook and gave him the game, so he didn't get the 3-game lead he needed. And here we are again.
Yeah, SZOLNOKI to bring it back within 1. Does just that, George. And we will have the second of his breaks. Can't do much more than this. Would love to be finished at 8-8 after this one. But in fairness, Oliver's not really been having the better of the breaks out of these two players. So if there ever was going to be a chink in the armour, this would be the spot.
And so he needs it.
Yeah, he needs to make balls, George.
He sure does. Here we go. This is when a player gets going, when they really absolutely have to. And the ball's down. Another one going down. Shot on the 1. Possibly. 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 That might go by.
I think possibly needs to be enough for Oliver here. Does have a good option at a safety if he can just creep the one behind the 4, but that is fraught with danger. You feel if it does pass, he's going for this, George.
It went down, and look at the position.
That's not too bad at all. The 3 is tricky.
That's the problem.
Could be a 3-10 combination to stay in it, but coming around that right side of the 3 could be an interesting shot for Oliver to consider.
I wonder if he would consider playing safe here. No, he's going for the 2.
This is going to be 3 rails. 1.
Yeah, no. See, that's exactly why getting on that 3 ball was so tricky and so tough that I just wonder if he would have considered it. Well, they're on a shot clock, so they don't have the time. That's the problem.
It'd be interesting if he's got the potting angle here, though, George.
For the 10 ball? He played a safety behind the 7-8. Very smart shot.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too tricky to get out of for Fraser, but guaranteeing position, or rather putting Oliver in safety, is not guaranteed. Got quite a bit of traffic down there if he can stick the cue ball.
It's a one-rail kick. He might be able to kick and stick it. 2 rails. Oh, he hit it going in.
Yeah, I think if the 3 had missed the 4, there was a chance it could have gone safe, but it hasn't. Oliver to the table with no real problems in front of him.
You know, Geth, this is looking like your 8-8 score you just called out.
Well, it's got that feeling about it. Oh, as that 4 just has a little wiggle.
Well, he's in perfect line now. Little stun shot gets him the perfect angle on the 8 to come down for the 10.
Absolutely. And we've not been more than 2 racks difference between these 2 players throughout this match. We have been really locked into a tight affair. And to add to the mix, Oliver SZOLNOKI is in great position here to bring the scoreline back to 8-8. We'll be down to a race to 2. However, it will be the first of Fraser Patrick's first set of 2 breaks. So, interesting prospect ahead, but this will certainly keep Oliver in this match. And 8-8, George. We're not going to call it. Well, I'm not going to call it.
Oh, no.
I do like the fact that it's Fraser's break. It has been working for him on more occasions than not. But, well, this is quarter-final now. The pressure mounting, the tension mounting. A lot more people will be watching now. The other TV table has completed their match. So just interesting to see how the players react.
Interesting point there, Geth. Is the break enough of a difference, or has it made enough of a difference for Fraser to have an advantage in this race to 2?
Well, he does have the advantage of being in control by having the break. Whether that actually leads to an advantage in the scoreline, we will find out. 8 apiece, race to 10. Fraser Patrick to break. Ooh. That's dry, George.
And he's left the 1 ball and the cue ball in a position where he's going to be left with a very tough shot. I think Oliver will get the safety and leave Fraser in trouble.
You could arguably say where Fraser has probably got better reward from the breaks. Oliver SZOLNOKI has played probably the better safeties in this battle. There's been quite a few. And when the breaks aren't going your way, George, having a good safety game is what will make the difference.
This is a tough hit. Ooh, it went right by it.
And the cue ball will scratch. Not that that will matter. It will be ball in hand anyway. But he wasn't far away. I didn't hear him call the corner pocket. I would have assumed he'd have called the bottom left corner as well. But as it is, a good safety shot from ZOLNOKI has put him in good position here. Again, real good spread of the balls from Fraser. This time dry.
Oh, what an opportunity for Oliver here. This spread really favors his play to get on the hill. But Fraser will still have another break.
I didn't keep the full breast of the early 3 racks, but I think Oliver has yet to even taste the lead in this match.
Oh, you are correct. No, he is not.
What a time to do it.
Started out 1 apiece, then 2 apiece, then 4-2, then 4-3, then 5-3. And then he came back with 2 games to tie it up at 5. Patrick wins 2 games. Oliver gets another one. Patrick gets 1. And now Oliver has 2, possibly 3 with this one to go into the lead. So it'll be the first time a player wins 3 games if he completes this clearance. And he will go in the lead for the first time.
Wow. You were bringing up the fact of timing. This would be perfect timing for the Hungarian. Patrick would get the next break as well. But this rack's not over yet.
With 5 balls left on the table, it should be over. But at the same time, we've seen strange things happen. So, never say never.
Absolutely. We've learnt our lesson the hard way in the comms box. We both have the scars to prove it. It takes a brave man sometimes to put it out there.
I don't know, with the quality of the players nowadays, Geth, it's just like I've seen comebacks in these short races. I've seen comebacks 3-0 and they come back and win 4-3. So many times playing 10 ball. You see it so often. And this is only a race of 2. So yeah.
I do like the beauty of call ball, 10 ball. It does add that difference to 9 ball. You need to have both the flair of 9 ball, but also the touch of 8 ball.
Well, the one thing that you don't have in 10 ball is as much luck as you might have in 9 ball.
No.
And Oliver SZOLNOKI does take the lead for the first time and leads 9-8 in a race to 10. But that 2-break alternate format, which I like so much more than the 1-game alternate break, gives Patrick a start to send it hill.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like this 2-break per set format. It sort of is a bit of a tease to the players because they get their first break. If they deliver well, and then in the second break they build their momentum up, and then they have to hand back possession to their opponent. So it's a bit of a tease. And it's interesting to see how the players handle it. For us at home, it's great. It's been keeping matches close.
Well,
very exciting
it's enough of
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It is exciting, and it's enough of an advantage to the better breaker because he's going to make 2. He can almost count on 2 wins, and so now so there's more strategy involved too, I believe. but yet you can't take advantage and count on having the break make the difference. So yeah, I do like it more.
You talk of breaks making the difference. We did allude to the fact that Fraser Patrick has probably had the better of the breaks. On this occasion, he's had a real result, making the 5-ball and leaving shape on the 1. I'm not too sure on the pathway for the 2 to this bottom right corner. Ooh.
Again, he gets behind the ball. Sure looks like it. Not sure if the
does.
2 ball goes by the 4.
Well,
that 2 ball just might go.
His body English is suggesting there's something on. Ooh. Well,
Strong
it's a must-win.
shot.
This is a must-win for Fraser. His opponent's on the hill. This will get him to the hill. He'd been wanting an opportunity like this. He will run into the 10. This could be tricky if he does.
He wants to stop it off the 10.
Yeah, nicely done. And this, you feel, is the key shot now. Position on the 6. We could be going all the way, George.
We kind of thought we might. We kind of thought we might.
Some people may think it's a bit cliche when the commentators come straight in with a, oh, this is going to be a close one. But it did feel like that from the get-go.
Well, this is a little bit of a tester here.
Yeah. It's a little bit past the center pocket.
It looks like it does. It looks like he's just home free here, just a high ball here, and go to the rail and come out for the 7. He'll catch the upper part of the pocket there. Oh, he cut it, which means the high ball may not have worked.
No.
Well, either way, he's on the 7.
He is. He's sort of not ideally straight for the long pot, but he is on the right side of the 7 to bring the cue ball back over this side of the table if he goes for the corner. Or is he going for the center?
He went for the center.
He likes the center pockets. Does our Fraser.
He's not going to like this.
Oh, he has a look away. Well, he's fallen short on a couple of positional shots this time. Arguably, he's finished long. He may have wanted to hit off the cushion and back out again. Oh. The cue ball's running into the 9. Needs something favourable. May have just got it, George.
Yes, but look how tough it's going to be to get on the 10 from there. He can't really follow the ball. It's too close to a double hit with the cue stick. He has to draw it or slide it off the side. See what I mean? That was tough to get good on the 10 there. It laid in a really tricky position.
Well, that's the best he could have got. By the looks of it, he's called the bottom left corner. This is to take us to the hill, George. Big shot.
Well.
Ooh. Got it on the professional side, as some people say. And the 10 has leaked out to the center table. That makes this a difficult shot for Oliver. He's called the top right pocket as we look at the table. this to take the match, George, but this is not an easy bank shot by any stretch of the imagination.
We've seen it done. A famous one was when David Al-Qaeda made this. I forget who he was playing, but he made a shot similar to this at the same juncture. Yeah, it was a real big tournament, and he's done it too.
Oh, the arms go up from Oliver. Oh, George.
And he's done it too. Wow. What a shot by Oliver SZOLNOKI. What a match we were just privileged to watch. Great match. The players discussing what went on. Keep in mind, if you subscribed, you'll be notified we have the finals, semifinals, and the finals tomorrow. Geth, you have any closing statements?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just intrigued listening to the two players having a post-match chat, both being very jovial about it. Great match, really great match. Yeah, and just in addition, our matches tomorrow will be kicking off. We will be playing one semi-final of the men's and one semi-final of the women's at 11. We'll be doing the same again with the remaining semis at 2 p.m. local time in Spain. And then 5 p.m. we will have the final. If you want to just find out the lineups and times, or if there are any changes, please do subscribe, or rather visit the EPBF.com website, where you'll get all the latest and information for the up-and-coming Euro Tours in 2026. And one other thing I just wanted to say was, a big thank you to you, George. It's been a pleasure to work with you. You will not be returning tomorrow, so I want to say farewell, and I look forward to hopefully meeting you in Jacksonville. Thanks to everyone. Set your reminders for tomorrow morning. We'll be back at 11 a.m. Thank you.